We are basically the strawberry area for San Diego. Our neighborhood here is about 4,000 acres of agriculture, and what you're sitting on is a 100-acre strawberry field. Most of the flat agricultural land has been built with houses down here. The wonderful thing about California is we have the long coastline, and so the seasons will start down here and go all the way through to Watsonville. And during that time, we produce 88% of all strawberries in the United States. And in fact, we produce 20% of the world's strawberries.
We found when you get people to see, touch with their hands, it's a remarkable process. And in many cases, the growers are multi-generational. Whole families have done it for years and passed it down.
My grandfather immigrated from Japan in 1900. He farmed strawberries from 1920, and so third generation, we've been farming strawberries the whole time. We've been on this particular piece of property since 1961. And as you can see, you have multiple stages of fruit and flowers. So this is a flower right here, and it eventually turns into a small fruit like this. And then as it gets to this color, we will harvest, and you just come through and you harvest it off, calyx and all. And each individual worker will have a cart, and he'll go and pick it. And he'll put it in these clamshells directly from field to pack out. And those go directly onto a truck and go into a cooler. Usually within 2 hours, it'll be cooled. The strawberries are very delicate, so we really have only a 7-day shelf life where we need to have them picked and delivered. And if you don't get them through the system in that amount of time, the crop is no good. On average, we plant about 24,000 plants per acre and 2 to 4 pounds of fruit per plant. Depends on what region you are. We're a little bit less out here because of our temperatures. The field conditions are not looking so good as we're at the end of our strawberry season here in San Diego, and we'll be tearing out these fields next week, and then we'll come back in September and plant. And then the strawberries will be ready in late November or early December, and we'll start the process all over again. These fruit would be used for either jams, jellies, or frozen berries, which you find in the Costco's or whatever, the individual strawberry. At this late stage, it has a lot of sugar, and they're not the most beautiful, but they taste good. There's a size and shape standard, so that has to make a certain grade standard that goes into U.S. #1 quality.
You know, everybody hears about the drought in California, but the growers had to cut back their water use 30%. And you can't water everything 30% less or it's no good at all. The growers take such good care. They're learning to do more with less.
Our water average cost right now is about $1,740 an acre foot. For a crop, it's usually about 2 to 3 acre feet per year, per season. These rows are irrigated with a drip line, so there's actually a tape that is got small little pinholes in it, and it emits water. It's a very efficient way of using water, and so we don't waste anything. We also have a plastic cover which holds the moisture down, but it also prevents the fruit from touching the dirt. In the past, when the fruit would touch the dirt, you'd get rotten berries, and at times they would put straw down. And so there's a myth between whether the runners are the straw or there was straw put down as why they call them strawberries. And the weather really does predict kind of the outcome of the production. And we can do things to help speed it up or slow it down, fertilization, irrigation, things like that. But really Mother Nature makes this decision for us. If we get a rain right at Valentine's Day, that's going to destroy a lot of the crop, and it of course will raise the prices because demand will be high at that time. So earlier this year we've had a plant die out. If you look back in that corner, that's actually a live field. We use a particular chemical to clean the soil, and that helps us prevent the disease. We have a very safe crop. We follow a lot of regulations. In fact, we have more regulations than the rest of the country. We have our own EPA, we have California EPA, which is on top of the regular federal EPA.
These people have such a passion for what they do, and for the chefs to be able to connect with that, it brings that passion to life and gives them that passion when they're going on to create their menus.